All right, everyone, welcome to episode number 22. Like the edit that one out. All right, welcome everyone to episode number 2 of. Did we even name this? Rebuild this bike?
Yeah, it's the Humidity Video Podcast Series. Rebuild a bamboo bike.
There you go. Yeah, because I saw the acronym. I was like, what does that even mean?
I did it in the description of the video, so if you read that.
Okay. All right on. So, Mason actually found, when I got this bike, I thought it was a Fuji frame, but it is actually
It's a Trek.
Okay, what kind of Trek?
I think it's a Trek, a 2008 Trek Madone 2.1.
2.1?
I think I don't know, as we take this paint off, if we'll know that, because this paint is so thick.
It is thick. I can see, like, right here.
We'll get a picture of it, and I'll show you, because, like, you see how the letter, the K over here is hollow?
Yeah.
So if you look on Google's image search or something, you got to find, because most of the Treks are solid letters, but this year it was hollow.
Outlined.
Yeah.
So today we're going to actually get in this and take out the glue that's inside of this frame. And there's some leftover bamboo that's in here as well.
Yeah.
We're also going to chop down. We're going to go down the street to his friend's house who has a bunch of bamboo in his backyard. And we're going to take the saw and cut a couple of pieces. You said like what, 4 pieces?
I saw 5 that we're going to grab.
5 pieces, and they're like 15 feet tall. So we're going to be dragging 15-foot bamboo down the street. So yeah, today's just all about cutting bamboo and then grinding down the inside of this goo and wood. So we're about to get to work. You ready?
Yeah, let's go get some bamboo.
Right. Let's go get some bamboo, and we'll be back for some grinding and measuring.
We got to talk about California now.
California.
How was the bike ride down? So you get into San Francisco, y'all chill out there for a little bit.
We go into Oakland.
Haight-Ashbury and get a hand job?
No. We went to Oakland. The train dropped us off in Oakland, which is on the other side of the bay.
Is that where you get the hand jobs now?
That place is no joke, dude. That's homeless city right there, dude.
Yeah.
There are homeless people all over the place. Like, we got off the train, we put our bikes together real quick, and then we went to go get a room. We rolled up. I was like, oh, we get a room right here. We rolled up. The guy, first thing he said, no bikes allowed.
Yeah,
because like, what?
Yeah.
So, and then I called, and all the motels around there, they're all owned by Indian people. So we went to this other place. It was like maybe 10 blocks down the way, and we're like, hey, just to let you know, we have bikes. And she goes, come by, let me see you, and I'll think about it. Yeah. So, like, she wanted to see us before she rented us a room. So, yeah, they rented us a room, and then we spent the day in Oakland, and then jumped on the ferry and went into SF, and then we went from there. We got a room in San Francisco, which San Francisco is a really cool town, our city, you know. And we got that room for 2 nights. Because by the time we got from Oakland to San Francisco and got the room, it was like 4 or 5 o'clock. So I told Tim, I was like, I ain't going, no, I'm just going to chill here for the rest of the night. We can go get something to eat in a couple hours. But we got the room one more night. And then, because Tim had never been to San Francisco, so he wanted to ride around and go to the Golden Gate. And, of course, you know, his bike that, his famous bike, he wanted to get some iconic photos, like with the Golden Gate and all that stuff. And
that's awesome.
So we rode, I can't even remember how much we rode that day. Damn, we didn't ride that much. Maybe like 25 miles or something. But, dude, it was, you know, just that elevation gain on that ride was like 1,200. Because I remember someone quoted, and they said, oh my God, y'all climbed 1,200 elevation gain in just like 20 miles? It was something like that, dude. It was, I was like, God dang, dude. Like, oh, here it is. Oh, we only rode 15 miles, and the elevation gain was 1,100.
That's bullshit.
I know, in 15 miles. Because, like, if you ride here in Houston,
right,
and I do a quick 20-mile lap. By the time I get back, it only say, like, 20 feet elevation gain. We did 1,100 in 15
It's the same
miles.
way as Seattle, where everything goes down to the water, and then you got to go all the way back up to get back to wherever you just came from.
So we spent all day just riding around SF and Golden Gate, and then we went into Sausalito, which is Marin County, which is a badass place. That place is... I mean, you got to be a high roller to live there for sure.
Pretty racist up there. that's Trump territory.
But like, what I noticed about, because I've been to Sausalito once, I went riding out there in Marin County, and it was none of the houses look the same. Every single house there in Sausalito is completely different. Like, you drive, you see all
go through neighborhoods, right?
Dude, it's just like the neighborhood. It's cool. Like, you just traveling through, taking the roads, riding along the water, but like no house. And their house is all in the hills, like going up in the mountains, and just amazing like architecture. And none of those houses are the exact same.
That's crazy.
It's really cool. It's a cool sight to see. I took Tim out there because I went out there 3 years ago. My friend took me out there, but we went climbing into the mountains. I told Tim, I was like, let's go climbing. And he was all like, oh, man, I guess he kind of didn't want to. I was like, man, I want to save myself, because when I went the last time, I climbed like 6,500 feet in just like, a 6-hour bike ride. We only rode 65 miles too. We climbed as much as we rode. But I told Tim that, and he was like, no, let's go. Okay, so the next day we left San Francisco, and we went to, where did we go? San Francisco to Santa Cruz. Dude, that was 85 miles. We climbed 5,000 feet that day, dude. Getting out of San Francisco was very challenging. It really was. The first 20 miles was really challenging, just getting out of San Francisco.
Because of the traffic, or because of
just the elevation climb, dude. Like,
just getting back into the mountains.
Oh yeah, there were some incidents that happened out there just the first day, but I won't go into those. But we got all the way to Santa Cruz, which is a cool spot too. We ended up getting there right when it got dark outside, so we've been riding all day, dude. From like. We left like at 6:30 and got something to eat. We actually bounced about 7:30. So 7:30 in the morning to like almost 7:45, 12 hours. But we would stop and,
take pictures,
hang out, a little smoke break, It was beating Tim up bad that first day. So it was really challenging that first day, and then the second day.
How'd the Sinelli look on the road, though? It looked good.
Tim takes care of that bike, but what I like about Tim rides it though all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't hang on the wall. Right. He rides it on a sunny day, which is quite a bit here in Houston. Sometimes. I don't know, it rained today pretty hard, for like 30 minutes.
Right. That's about every afternoon in the summer.
But it's got its blemishes, you know what I'm saying? You just got to look at it. I was like, Tim, you need to, clean this sucker up. He goes, man, I ride this bike almost every day. So, and he don't have that many gears on there, you know what I'm saying? It's only like a 6-speed or 7-speed in the back. And he had just 2 chain rings on there. And it wasn't enough gears.
And he's got the small road bike cog on the back. I mean, it's not mountainy by any stretch.
No, he didn't have enough gears. I'll tell you that right now. Luckily, I mean, the gear ratio I had was the dream. Like, I loved it. 48 with the 10-speed in the back. I stayed in second and third gear the majority of the time. Seriously, the majority of the time. I was in second and third gear. But having a narrow wide 48 to eliminate the front derailleur was perfect. I didn't have to worry about any malfunctions, because I've been on rides with front derailleur, rear derailleur, and especially when I was in Europe doing all that touring. But sometimes the gear, the cable would get too stretched. You're using it all the time, I always think about like Tour de France, like, you know, how those guys, after every race, they get new cables, new housing, every day, new adjustment. But when you're on the road for like 2 months, like you're on your own. You know what I'm saying? You got to adjust whatever you can.
Right.
And you know me, I'm not a very good fine tuner. I always come to you when I have an issue. I was like, Mason, help tune this damn derailleur. But other than that, like, I mean, the rest, we were on the road for 7 days from the time we left San Francisco to make it to Santa Monica, and then we threw the towel in. But day 3 was the hardest, most challenging day out of all of them. It was all mountains.
So you think it was more than 5,000 feet elevation?
Dude, we climbed 7,800 that day. And I'm going to give you precise climbing. We went through, what was that? We went through the forest. Was it this right here?
Like the redwood forest?
Yeah, on Santa Luis Obispo. No, Oxnard. No, it was day 3.
Did you get to ride a bike through a redwood?
No, we didn't get to do that. It was, damn, where are you? Anyways, it was at least 105 miles, and we climbed like 7,800 that day. It was insane, dude. Like, I was like, what the hell? Oh yeah, here it is. It was because I had my Strava on. That's why I was looking for the Strava. My phone, like, completely. There's nothing out there, dude. It was 103 miles, 7,800 elevation climb or gain. We were on the bike for 14 hours. 14 hours.
That's a hard day's work.
I remember we were riding into San Simeon. We rolled into San Simeon like at 9:45 at night. I was like, fuck, dude. But I was on Tim's ass, like, dude, come on, man, come on, dude. I was like, he kept on wanting to stop. And I mean, I feel bad for pushing him like that, but I was like, I don't want to fucking get stuck out here because there's no rooms, no nothing. We're going to have to sleep out in the woods. And it gets down into the 40s.
Get butt fucked by a bear.
So, like, that was the most challenging day, day 3. 7,800 elevation gain, 103 miles. I mean, there were times I looked at my speedometer. My Garmin never died out, but my phone actually lost signal. It dropped the Strava. This one day, I stopped and waited for Tim on the climb. He didn't show up until like an hour and 10 minutes later. And I got worried because I couldn't call him. Right. And I was like, damn, what is this fool, like, just drop dead out there? So I was just about to go down and then, back down and look for him. And dude, right after that, he came rolling up around the corner. I was like, yes. I was like, dude, I was just going back to go look for you, and I did not want to climb that again.
Just extra miles.
So yeah, and then I was on his ass, dude. I was like, dude, we got to keep going, dude. Don't. And then he walked up a lot of that stuff.
I can imagine.
There were a couple times, I was looking at my Garmin because I had my speedometer rolling. I was going like 3-4 miles an hour climbing up like this. But I said this, it was the most amazing views you'll ever see in your life. Like, look to the right, it's the ocean. Look to the left, it's the mountains. We were like in the clouds. Like the clouds would just come through and it'd be like all foggy. And then, like, the bridges, the scenery, the white caps of the water splashing on the rocks. And you're just way up there and you look down and you're like,
That's cool.
My God. And there's all these scenic view spots you can just stop and look. And, dude, there's a bunch of people, riding. So you got to watch out for the cars, too. But no one's really driving fast because it's like, you're climbing in your car, too. You know what I'm saying?
Are they looking out for y'all?
Yeah. Actually, when we left San Simeon, I only saw one biker, and he was going up north. But he had panniers on the back. thing on the triangle, panniers in the front. He had nothing carrying on his back.
Smart.
Tim and I, though, my bag was like 23, 24 pounds. Tim's had to be like 28, 30. Tim carried just so much stuff that he didn't even use. I was like, he did that last year, too. He had so much stuff in his bag that it's like, dude, you should have left that. Like, I could eliminate 50% of my bag. Like, what was in my bag after day 3 or 4, I was like, I don't need this. I don't know why I brought it. You know what I'm saying?
Like, because you didn't use it at all, or you just used it?
I just didn't use it. Like, I just started staying in my same clothes. And I was like, fuck, I want to, And then, like, I would wash my shit every night and then put it on the back of my bag and let it dry up, let it dry at night. But it never really dried 100%. So I just put it on the back of my bag and let it dry out But then, like, it was still misty and cold, and it never rained. It maybe drizzled on us a little bit, but yeah, it was good though. Like, so this trip I'm talking about doing next year, like, I ain't carrying shit.
That's going to be a whole lot of that too.
I know once you
Arkansas, Tennessee.
Once you get. Like, I was thinking, like, oh, man, I'll ride the Appalachian Trail. And then I looked up, thinking there was a bike trail. Like, dude, they don't let bikes on the Appalachian. Like, it's just a hike and walk trail. Look it up.
That sucks.
Like, I was thinking, oh, there's a bike lane that runs along the Appalachian Trail. No, dude. It's all, bikes are prohibited on the trail. There might be, like, 1 or 2 sections that might be kind of long. But, yeah, the Appalachian Trail runs all the way from Atlanta to New York, or, like, up in that direction.
Right.
I think the radius is probably, like, I don't know, maybe 40 miles wide, because it's all mountains. Dave.
Why don't you just hike it then?
I ain't hiking that. Super Dave did it. He hiked from Atlanta all the way to New York. That guy, if anyone should interview anybody, you should interview that guy. He's the one who got me traveling. If it wasn't for him, I'd probably still be living in Heather Glen.
Floating.
Yeah. So, yeah, he inspired me to do all kinds of trips. So...
So tell me about
okay.
New York.
All right, so here's the thing. My buddy Austin Horse has this Suzuki 650 SV. Those are real cool bikes. Mm-hmm. Even to trick out, like, a lot of people, they take that front fairing off, and they do all kinds of stuff to trick it out. But it just sounds really nasty too.
It's a V-twin.
It's a V-twin. Just like, it sounds like a Ducati. Ducatis are V-twins. It's like, blah, 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 blah. But he said, if I go up there, if I ride my bike from Houston to New York, he said I can ride that 650 back. I was like, damn, that would just be the coolest adventure. And I give myself 14 days. I think I can do it in 14 days. But I'm talking about maybe riding like 100, for sure 100 miles to 150 every day. Like, when we were on this trip last year and this year, I was so disciplined because I get up at 4 a.m, to train people. So I was up at 5 every morning, wake Tim up. I would get ready, wake Tim up at 5:30, and then, because of lollygag and this and that, like, we usually didn't get on the road until like 6:30 to 7. But I would get up at 5, be all ready. I'm not packing anything on this one. I'm just going to have a bag with, like, just very minimal. If I can get up at that time and leave the room at 6 o'clock, I'm thinking I can come close or damn near have 100 miles done by 12 o'clock or 1. And then eat lunch, chill out for an hour, and then do the last 50 miles. And then get in town like around 5 or 6 for 14 days.
You're a brave monkey.